look, if you do get deleted and you realise that you're not in my friends list from tomorrow onwards, don't feel offended. Just, I'm being honest with you. We're not communicating. I'd rather not just have you there. So it was kind of like, I was apologising at the same time. I just did it anyway.
That's quite courteous, because I've seen people like, there's people that I have quite a few friends, yeah, but there's people who are off the chart, yeah, literally they can't add any more people in, and they just send these rather harsh like messages like, all right, certainly you will get deleted, yeah, if you don't receive any messages from me from now, know that I've deleted your account. But when I'm on there, I think I see a lot of people as being quite self-centered in a way. I think it seems to be less about actually, I mean, maybe there's different types of user, but it seems to be less about making real connections with friends or people that you really have any kind of real personal connection with, and more about showing people that you've been everywhere in the world.
I think initially you do start off doing that though. You do start off like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it properly, and then the novelty wears off. Then you're like, oh my god, it's so freezing, LOL. Like, come on.
There's people who tweet everything, like from the tweet and Facebook, everything.
Stupid.
The contents of the fridge. Right, man, I've been to the fridge, there's no food here. Everything on Facebook, everything on there.
But you know what gets me? You know what's the best one?
Go on.
I'm so busy today. But you had time to update your status and it makes no sense. Man, I'm so rushed off my feet.
Those other people that do the secret messages that are for somebody. Aren't some people so irritating?
Yeah. Subliminal
messages. Like, don't you just hate certain people the way they go on? Those kind of things. I mean, people break up over Facebook. But I guess the point that I'm making is, are we sacrificing real friendships for these kind of fake friendships so that we can make ourselves feel better? Because it was saying, like, I got 2,000 friends. I've got 2,000 friends. Have I really got 2,000 friends? Do you know what I mean? Are we saying, is it more about how we feel about ourselves, or is it about making any connections with any other people?
I think it's more to do with how you feel about yourself. Because if you didn't have that stigma about yourself and, I need so many friends, you wouldn't really be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
You'd just be content with who you've got in your friends list, but you really want to make up the numbers, so that's saying...
I know people that just add.
Yeah.
And people put their whole life on there and take some crazy... You've seen the photographs that people take of themselves on the... I must say, you know what, I was going to say particularly women, but that's not fair, because I've seen some guys doing the same thing.
Like, I've seen some guys moving like women on Facebook.
Crawling on the stairs like Panther to try and make themselves look ripped.
Taking a picture with the camera like that in front of them.
Yeah. Them ones. Who was it actually that did that recently? There's a celebrity who did that. Celebrity. It was on... it's on this morning, I think. They released a picture of themselves. Demi Moore released a picture of herself. Sorry, accidentally. Accidentally leaked a picture of herself, taking a picture with her mobile of herself in a bikini.
Accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, accidentally on purpose.
I know that.
So I've got a question as well. Do you think it's in any way linked to this whole idea about celebrity, that everybody wants to be a celebrity and to be seen to be popular?
Definitely.
It's a bit of a disease that's crept over society.
Definitely. I don't know. Would you say, Andrew? I think definitely.
I don't know, you know why? It's because Facebook is used by so many people. So I, like anything else, I think about myself, and I don't use it like that at all. And that's the reason why as I said before, I'm very particular about the type of things I do on there and who I promote it to. So I do only want my friends seeing what's going on in my world. I'm not about checking my business for other people who I don't communicate with. But I know that there are definitely a lot of people who use it as an opportunity to gloat about everything that they're doing. And that's the thing about Facebook and why it's popular for different reasons, because you can tailor it to what you want to do. You can tailor it to make it look like you're the most popular person on the planet by having tons of people in your friends list. But in my personal opinion, if you had that many friends, you would never be online to talk to all these people.
And everybody's, I tell you what, on there, everybody's relationship's always fantastic. Mostly girls do this. It's not so much guys, but girls will say, "Oh, I'm so in love with my teddy bear," little things that they keep updating. And I think that's the guy's equivalent. A guy's equivalent is, "This is my car, here's me on holiday," right? A girl's equivalent is, "I'm so in love, I'm in a relationship," and basically, you're not. You're on your own. That's basically what she's saying to her friends. So I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it back to to what the question is now. Are you a trusting person? I'll ask you, Andrew. Are you a trusting person? Do you take people for face value? Do you think people are genuine, or do you assume first that people are out for themselves or have an ulterior motive?
I think that will be interpreted differently by different people. Because
I love your new word that you've created there.
What's
interpreted. I love it. Continue.
The reason why I say that is because
it.
Everybody has different benefits to themselves as individuals as well as their work. So, for example, you might be popular because you are a comedian, and therefore you might get a lot of free tickets to comedy shows, which will then bring about a lot of fake friends to come.
I've been wondering about you, Drew.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm exposing myself live on radio for everybody to hear me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm friends with Drew because he saves me money.
I only contact him on the days of shows. No, I'm just here trying to find out what's going on this weekend. But different people have different things. So I think for me personally, where I'm just like a normal person, I wouldn't necessarily have that on my mind, whereas somebody that might be a DJ or somebody that has a lot of hookups or connections will fare differently because they know there's a lot more that they can bring to the table. So the question should be flipped on you guys now.
Let's bring in C-Dubs. As a DJ, I assume you get phone calls from people you haven't heard in a while when they see you're playing somewhere. Get me on the guest list, guys.
Yeah, you do get that. But it's the same thing again. It's siphoning out the hangers-on to the... Because that's what you can't call them leeches. They are hangers-on, aren't they, really? Really and truly, if, for myself, if I know I've got a booking and I'm playing somewhere and all of a sudden I'm getting Jack that I used to go to primary school with calling me like, so what's
going on, man?
It's pointless. No, but then you see now with this whole exactly what we're talking about with things like that, you'll get people popping up out of the woodwork on Facebook. Oh, what's going on? Long time. And you're like,
what beforehand?
Yeah,
on the day.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? They won't phone your phone directly now. There's other little networks and little avenues they'd use. The little channels like Facebook, for instance.
So now I'm gonna flip it on you now. Have you ever had to befriend somebody that you don't like in order to further your career?
I'm not going to make no qualms about it. Every day. Every day.
And you think that's a fair way to play it?
Not really. I think it's fair to say we might have made a connection or a link. I won't class you as my friend. And that is up front. I'll probably tell the person that as well. We're not really, we've got a person.
Tell them, I like that.
We're not none.
Do you know what, dude?
Yeah, we're not friends,
Can I have a lift? Do you know what, dude? It's about time I told you. You and I ain't really friends.
It's true. It's true.
No, we're acquaintances. Get the bus.
Get to stepping.
You know that.
No, but to be fair, when you have like in the music industry and things like that, it's not really a friend thing. It's just you're just acquaintances.
So what is a real friend?
Somebody that probably ain't on my Facebook list.
Interesting.
It's probably someone that has my number and I have theirs. And we speak without all the whole social networking, without phones. We actually reason.
Because I reckon my feeling is Facebook is a way to talk to people who you don't really want to speak to on the phone. Not necessarily, but it's a way of saying, hey, how are you? And you get one line back. Yeah, I'm cool. No one asks any real deep questions or sends you an essay on there, if you know what I mean. Nothing is longer than a few lines of text.
It's true, but BB seems to be the new Facebook now.
You see, look, Drew is actually on his BB now. I want to know who you're BBing, mate. Who you BBing?
Everyone that's BBing me back.
Yeah, see?
No, but the good thing with BB, I definitely feel it's more
Sorry,
personal.
for those who have maybe don't have a smartphone or don't know what a BB is. BB is short for BlackBerry. It's what most people have if they don't have an iPhone. And then there's the rest of you. I'm just kidding. Now, BlackBerry, it's banned in India, banned in Saudi Arabia because it's got it's encrypted messaging between BlackBerry phones. That look at C Double's eyes widen. You didn't know it was encrypted, did you? Yeah. So it allows people to talk on a one-to-one or as a group. Actually, you can actually talk as a group as well. The other day, actually, we organised a night out via. BlackBerry. It was actually quite a disaster. It's not good. You need to actually phone people because people got confused and end up at different clubs. But anyway, Drew, you were about to say.
No, BlackBerry is definitely more personal than that of Facebook. For me personally,
Yeah.
literally, because everybody that's on my BlackBerry are people that I am phoning on a regular basis, and I have conversations in which to have. You don't have a profile on BlackBerry. It's boom, connect. I'm sending this person a message, vice versa. There ain't about gloating about 1,000 photos and showing the amount of friends that you have. And literally everybody on there I talk to on a regular. Same thing with my Facebook. I can tell you pretty much 80 to 70%. If I'm online, I can tell you 60, 70% of all my friends' statuses on there, because I'm actually looking at their profiles and vice versa, and I'm actually getting updated with what's going on in their world. You can't do that with 1,000 people.
Yeah, I tell you, you can't, man. I get random people popping up. Like,
you know, when you've got
no
numbers
money
like that, you could walk past the people that are in your friends list and not even know, and that to me is just absolutely pointless. So,
do you have any friends that you know only on Facebook?
That's a cyber.
You ever see somebody? Because I have seen somebody. Don't I know you from somewhere? Facebook. I know you from.
You know
Facebook.
what? That has actually happened once or twice. You know, like where you see photos and you know people through people, or you're like, oh, I've had people message me like, oh, you was at so and so rave on Saturday, but you were with my friend, blah blah blah, but we never got introduced. And you say hi, and you know you're respectful out of that, and you know you might message them, but you're not really friends with them. But yeah, I've got one or two people, literally one or two people like that.
Another question for you: do you know your next door neighbours?
I know them as well as I need to.
You know what? On that note, we're going to come back on that. You're listening to 94.3 FM, or you're listening online at voiceofafricaradio.com. This is Bo's Comedy Time on Voice of Africa Radio. I'm here with you for the next hour and a half, up until the hour of 6 o'clock.
Voice of Africa.
For the time on Voice of Africa Radio, if you just joined us, we've been talking about whether people are out for themselves. In other words, does everyone really have an ulterior motive? The subject moved to Facebook. We started talking about a number of real and genuine friends people have, whether or not you know, you have 2,000 friends or 300 friends. How many of those people do you really call your friend? Do you pick up the phone to? Could you count on in a situation? And I moved on to the question to Andrew about whether he knew his neighbours. Now, the intention behind that question is I want to know how close we are to the people around us, really, or do we keep them at arm's length? So, Andrew, I had asked you, do you know your next door neighbours? And you said to me, as well as I need to know. What does that mean? Explain, please.
Funny enough, one of my set of neighbours is a old secondary school friend who actually became my neighbour as of like 5 years ago. So being in secondary school from 1st to 5th year with him, I know him quite well, and I know his family already before they became my neighbours. So that being the case, me and them are cool. Individually, one brother and himself. That was in my class. The other neighbours, for me, I know them as well as I need to know them, because I've labelled them from about 6-7 years ago as straight idiots. So,
what did you say? Straight idiots.
So as a result of that, I know them as well as I need to know them. Don't need to go no further.
How did you determine that your neighbours were idiots?
Well, I won't go into that, but I know.
Is this through interaction or?
You know what it is? You just got ignorance, and sometimes you just need to just step away from ignorance. When people are just ignorant,
You sound like you live next door to the clan.
You know, I live next door to ignorance, man, and I live next to it unconcentrated.
All right.
So as a result of that, there's only so far I'm going to go with them type of people. And as a result, I know they're my neighbours. I walk past them. We don't say hi. We don't say bye. We don't do nothing.
So do you think do you think people suffer for not knowing their neighbours, for not knowing the people who are next door?
You can, because there are certain things that happen, like I remember I saw a ticket warden ticket in my neighbour's car, and I just sat there and I didn't say nothing. And that just came from the fact that I thought my neighbours were ignorant, and I was, without even taking the car into consideration, I was just like, good. However, I've seen it happen to my other neighbours, and I've actually stopped the ticket warden and knocked on my neighbour's door to make them aware of it. So, you know, depending on who you are.
As opposed to smiling and rubbing your hands together.
But that goes to show that, you know, if you look out for people, people will look out for you.
I see. I like that. I do like that. Even though what you did is quite wicked. I like the way you. I like the way you justified it. Look out for people, and they will look out for you. See, Dubs, do you know your neighbours?
Yeah.
You
Very
do?
well.
Oh, really?
On the right hand side, on the left, nah.
It's never
The
all
right
round, is
neighbours,
it?
the left neighbours, no.
And the left neighbours